Hi everyone and welcome to Triple M Adventures with Bill. This video is to show you how to convert your RadioMaster TX16S from one mode to the other. Now it's far simpler than it was for the Jumper T16. All you have to do is swap the gimbals over, and that means undoing four cables, and I think it's 4 screws on each gimbal and 4 screws on the back case. So let's have a look. Let's switch over to the view of the radio and I'll show you how to do this. Right, the tools we need to do this job are a Phillips screwdriver and a hex driver, a 2.5mm one. Right, first thing I'm going to do is remove these side grips. Let's see how these come off. Looks like they just... There we go. That's one. Okay, number 2. Okay, let's have a look. And we have got to take off. Okay, let's just, there is no battery in here, so we'll just leave that off as well. Okay, let's undo the screws. Oops, daisy. I'm just using a piece of foam to protect the gimbals. Okay, I'll probably speed this up. Okay, now we have to undo the antenna there. Okay. Just release that a bit. Now we should be able to remove the back case. Let me just drop the screws out. Swap. And those 4 screws look the same size. Okay, this case is quite stiff to get off, and I notice there's a barcode blocking the bottom of the radio, so I'm going to have to cut through that barcode. Because that will be stopping the base from coming off. So let me just, okay. There we go, it's just that stopping it. Okay, and then take it off gently. Just nice and gently. There we go. Lay it down carefully. Should be able to remove that off. And there is a cable to the speaker. That's interesting. Okay. Righty-ho. Let me carefully remove this. That's that one. And same here. There we go. Okay, that's the back case off. Now we have to undo 4 screws on each of the gimbals. Right, let's undo the 4 screws. They're not very tight. Okay, that one there. I'm just going to check that they aren't different sizes. No, the screws are the same size. Okay, and there should be one over in the corner there, which is a little bit tricky to get to. Let's just undo that one. It's a little bit tight. I don't want to. There you go. You have to put a bit of firm pressure on it to get them to release, but they're not really tight. And there's just enough space there to get the screwdriver in. Okay. So that gimbal should be loose. Now there are 2 cables that we need to undo. Okay. Which is this one here. Let's just mind that cable there. That goes to the multi-protocol unit. Okay. Okay, we need to remove this cable here. Let me just gently prise it off. There we go. There we go, that one's off. Okay, so let's carefully lift up this cable. There we go. Now it looks like there's just one cable that needs to be undone, and we should be able to pull this gimbal out. Okay, just carefully there. Underneath that one. Okay, so we're going to install this one this side. So let's leave it like that. Okay, I'm going to speed up the other side. I'm going to undo the 4 screws. And this one, you need to be careful there because there's a wire there. This wire here, let's just move that out the way so that I don't put any pressure on that wire. Let me turn the radio around. There we go. See if I can get that one out the way. There you go, just so you don't put any pressure on that wire. Okay, 4 screws out. Turn this around again. Make sure we can see it in the camera. Okay, so now we have to undo this one here, and it was actually made it a bit easier using a flat screwdriver just to help lift it off. There we go. Okay, and again it just goes under that cable, the same the other side. Righty-ho. Gently take it out. Okay, now so this one, which is my throttle, my throttle one's that one, comes this side. So now we have to turn them around, so I've got to make sure I get this right. So now we've moved, the throttle will come into this side, which is mode 1. So we need to rotate the gimbal through 180 degrees. So this is going to go like that now. Okay, so this one will go in here, like that. There we go, it's in position. Okay, let me just move so that I can let that hang down. There we go, that should be correct. So a magnetic screwdriver is useful to do this job. Now I'm going to just tilt this gently so that I can, it's very difficult for me to see where the screw goes. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to, again, watch the wires there. Okay, I'll just check them all again. It's not too tight. There we go. Okie dokie. Now we can pull this wire, which, if you remember, it was routed underneath this one. Just use my screwdriver to coax it through. Okay, let's replug this plug back in. So we're going to take it underneath here. Just use the screwdriver again. Just to pull it back through carefully. Okie dokie. So I just want to put these down. I think it went underneath that board. Just carefully push it underneath the board. There you go, that's routed nicely. And then, okay, it can be awkward when you're trying to film and make sure that you plug things in properly. So, there we go, that one's back in and it's routed properly. Okay, now the other side. So here, we have to again turn the gimbal around 180 degrees. So this will go in this way. That should be it. It's dropped into place. Okay, again, hold this up while we put one of the screws in. I got my radio from Flying Robot Company in Cape Town, and they could only supply, they didn't supply mode 1, they only supplied mode 2. So that's why I'm doing the conversion video, because I need to change it over to my mode. You can, I've noticed on Banggood, you can order them in the correct mode, so you may not have to do this conversion, but I've got to do it, so I wanted to video it and show you. Okay, but it's not difficult. Okay, and I just want to be careful of that wire there, this one, because of the rubbing against it with the screwdriver. So I'm going to turn the radio around and just pull this wire out the way so I don't accidentally, whoops, daisy. It's a bit difficult with the light coming in from my window for me to be able to see where the screw goes in. So I'm guesstimating a bit. That should be over there. Oops, oh dear, just that's what I didn't want to do, was drop the screw. Okay. There's the screw. I'll pull it back out again. Okay. I want to show you warts and all. Okay, there's Where does the screw go in? Ah, oh dear, done it again. I want to do all this in front of the camera, so it's, there you go. It's at a funny angle. I just want to put that down there and make sure that is not, there you go, against the wire. There we go, it's there. Alright, so we should have the gimbals in the right side for me anyway, mode 1. Now you need to route this cable again. And it's going to go around there. I want to go back through underneath this little cable. And then place it in that groove there. There we go. Okay. Go through there. Okay. Now we can put the plug back in. Okay, make sure the cables are in properly. There we go, and then we should be good to go. I'm just going to cross-check those screws again. I think I did them up tight enough, but let's have a look. Yep. Okay, as you can see, there aren't any ribbon cables in this radio. They're all proper cables. Okay, so that should be that. There's a throttle. Okay, we can put the case back on. Now, first thing we need to do is to reconnect these wires. Okay, sorry. This one up to here. Okay. This one. Okay. There we go. Okay, both of those are on. Okay, let's just push this over this side, I think. Oops, daisy. Oops, there you go. Push this aside, and we should be able to put the back on now. Okay. Now I'm going to start by putting these screws back in for the antenna. Right, you need to make sure that you undo this flap and then line up your USB port and with the top before you put the screws in. That's the mistake that I just made. Okay, just nip those up. This side, okay. And there we go. The cover's back on properly. Right, now we can put the screws in. I'll speed this up because that's not a very interesting thing to watch. Okay, let's put the side covers back on again. There we go, we have to give those a really good push. There we go, that's that one back on. And this one. Oops. Okay, these are quite firm to push back on. But there we go. And there we go. Now the radio is converted to mode 1 for mine. We just now have to go into the settings and change the radio from mode 2 to mode 1. Right, let me explain to you how to change the mode in your radio. Now I'm going to do it on the radio while you're listening to me. So you hit the system button. You then use the page right to go across to radio setup. And then you scroll up 1 and you'll come to the bottom of the screen and it says mode. And in there you change that from whatever mode you've converted to. So in my case it was on 2 and I've put it to 1. So that's simply how you change the mode on the radio. Thanks for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you really enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. And if you have any comments, please leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. And please share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching. Happy flying. Bye for now.